So let me ask you, fast forward to, well, we're almost in 2025. I want to ask you, what do you see when you see Abu Dhabi champs filling up an entire stadium in Vegas, and you see a guy like Gordon Ryan fighting there with all these people, no gi, high-level jiu-jitsu? What do you think of that? And what do you think of where the UFC is now, 30 years later? You knew the Gracies before they even started the UFC.
I was one of the original investors in the UFC.
That's crazy, Steve.
Horian was putting this thing together with a shoestring budget. And he was just going to all his friends.
Right.
And, it wasn't much money. My ex-wife and I had like a little account. I think it was like 10 grand or something. But, hey, that was a lot of money to me.
That's a lot of money, man. Yeah.
Just, having a new baby.
Yeah.
Had just got a house in Philly. Just opened up my own gym. So, 10 grand, that was a lot.
Wow.
And me and I think 21 other investors.
Okay.
And I was Royce's conditioning coach for his first 4 UFCs.
No way.
Yeah.
So you went out to California and...
I went out to California and worked with Royce.
No way.
Yep.
How did you condition him?
His ex-wife was one of my trainers at Maxwell.
Okay. I've had him on the show remotely, I think, during COVID. It was amazing talking to him.
Awesome.
He's a special guy.
Very special.
He's a very special guy.
He was incredible, man.
He has a crazy mindset. Maybe all the Gracies do. But
they have to.
But Royce is something special. When people say, oh, he just used the technique and he was a small guy, but there's something about Royce that's...
He was very tough-minded.
Yes, very tough.
The thing that really impressed me was how courageous he was.
Right.
I mean, imagine how frightening that must have been. He was a really young guy. I don't think he had ever really been in fights like that, ever.
And he's staring across the cage at
and
these
here he
massive
is,
guys.
Pay-per-view TV was like a new phenomenon.
Yeah.
Hundreds of thousands of people watching it. That had to have been terrifying.
He's like 170 pounds, maybe?
Yeah, 178 pounds.
Okay. And
he was tall and thin and wiry. He didn't have good leverage for weightlifting or doing calisthenics, but he had that leverage strength and amazing endurance.
Okay.
Very flexible.
How did you train him?
He just wouldn't get tired.
How would you train him?
We were doing super slow, high-intensity training, like Dorian Yates kind of stuff.
Okay.
Not bodybuilding.
Okay.
But for athletic conditioning and strength.
And cardio?
He got the cardio on the mat. He would go out and run and ride his bike and things like that. But cardio is very sports specific.
Okay.
I never found that running or cycling or swimming really had much carryover value to anything other than the sport itself.
Really? So do the sport.
Yeah, do the sport. Roll rounds. You can do it like interval training. You can do those shark bait drills where
you put in a new opponent.
Yeah, you just keep putting new opponents in. Freshman drills.
Some people like maybe Danaher or George St. Pierre say things like there is no cardio. Cardio is just you getting used to the techniques or you relaxing in those techniques.
Well,
am I even getting that right?
Yeah. Cardio is sport specific. It's endurance activity.
Okay.
Like, like from doing triathlons, right? It's a grueling sport. But your running didn't really help your biking that much. You had to bike.
Yes, correct.
If anything, maybe the biking hurt your running.
Yeah.
Getting off that bike, you could probably barely, it took you a while to get into the groove of running.
Yeah, I cramped up.
And swimming helped neither.
Yeah, I would cramp up after the bike going to the run.
So that tells you that it's sports specific.
Okay.
Your heart doesn't know whether it's lifting weights, whether, you're riding a bike or swimming,
So if you're a boxer, you think just more rounds boxing.
More rounds boxing. Evander Holyfield proved that.
Okay.
He was one of the first guys not to do a lot of running and all that.
Now, running was always questionable whether that applied to boxing. It
actually did in the old days.
Okay.
When they had no rounds.
Okay.
See, back in the day.
Right, that long cardio.
Sometimes would just go unlimited rounds until someone quit.
Right, 27 rounds or 100 rounds. There was 100-round fights.
Could last forever. Like here in England, for example. Some of those old bare knuckle fights last forever. So yes, running definitely had a place in that type of training.
Okay.
That type of just being on your feet and moving for that length of time.
Okay.
But in modern boxing with rounds, it's pretty worthless.
You think just do rounds? Just
do rounds.
That's it.
Now I do believe.
Yeah.
It goes against the specificity of training slightly, rope skipping.
Okay.
I do believe that bouncing up and down. Now you wouldn't have to do it with a rope. You could just bounce and shadow box, and that would definitely have a place.
Okay.
But maybe a little rope jumping, it's kind of fun.
What about anaerobic cardio and sprints and those kinds of things? Can that? No, you think it just isn't going to necessarily add?
Not really add.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing in crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.